Dallas, Texas, and the Texas State Fair. And for the better part of a century, the Sooners and Longhorns have defined conferences, national titles, and how regions of the country are perceived based on the outcome of this game. When these two meet, everybody pays attention. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So Oklahoma's offense will get the first possession of the game. Guys, this rivalry's a throwback. Aren't many left like this with the stadiums divided right down the middle.
So much tremendous history between these two teams. And, David, it just always seems in this game, you throw out the stats, you throw out the standings, you throw out the records, and this is just a different energy when we see these teams play.
It's because you bring in the hatred. They don't like each other. The fan bases don't like each other. Texas, Oklahoma, it always means a lot.
Back to pass, it's Ware. Feeling some heat. Keeps it and gets past the chains. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, to get down and don't take a big hit.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has his offense rolling with a first down. The Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And it's picked off right at the goal line. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
And I know this defense statistically hasn't been one of the best against the pass this year, but they have had some guys banged up. They believe they've got difference makers on the back end and just need to make more plays. That DB right there is one of those guys, and he does it here on the opening drive, getting a huge interception.
Timeout call by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. Movement here from the tight end. From his end zone, he'll go up top. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here. And the Longhorns will send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Makes a move. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated.
Touchdown, Oklahoma! They grab the early lead. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, and I feel like momentum is always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score.
So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. To the ground with the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
He'll heave it deep. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Bringing it back. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Sometimes the quarterback puts that zip on it, you can hear it, and sometimes he uses the lob wedge where it takes a little time to get there. That time, he used the lob wedge, and the defender came in and made the interception. Big play for this defense.
Get it out on the screen. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on first down. I know this Cotton Bowl was divided 50-50, but it's been mostly crimson and cream lately, Jesse.
And I think Texas, their players, their coaches, and their fans, they're just getting sick and tired of these outcomes, results, and the narrative too, David. At some point, players just got to step up, make plays, and win the game.
Yeah, they get tired of hearing about it, because all year long you hear about it. Then the next year, and when you put this losing streak together like they have.
And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close. And the Sooners will punt this one away. A low-line drive and not his best work. And the coverage team down there to touch the ball. No return on this play.
These punt returners want to make big plays, but man, oh man, did he make a big mistake. Flipping the field position, defense flying in on him, and he did not secure the football on that play.
He'll start this drive firing. Got his man downfield. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throwing catch.
That's a nice-looking catch on that play. I know Texas is known for DBs, and they're known for having really good running backs. Not a lot of great receivers over the years. I'll tell you what, though, this guy has really showed up in this game. He's making plays, and I know they want to continue to build a legacy at this position here in this program.
And here comes the offense on second down. Trying play action. He hurls one deep down the left side. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down. This should be the last play of the quarter. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the pass is incomplete, and that's how the first quarter comes to a close. We reach the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. The Longhorns will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Catches it cleanly at the 20. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, Dave, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised. And initially, he's flushed out of the pocket. Nothing's open. And he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't. And he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide.
Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
Firing to the right, complete. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. And now on second down for this offense. Dropping back, it's Ware. Pocket starts to collapse. And they got him for the sack.
Good news is they didn't lose a ton of yards. The bad news is that's the third sack they've given up now in this game. They have got to do a better job protecting this quarterback.
And we might as well state the obvious. First and second down didn't work out. Looking deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. The Sooners will punt it away on fourth down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Here's the handoff. That keeps the running game churning. Pick up a 5 to the 23.
I think you run that play so you stay out of third and long. Third and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. Third and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good third down.
Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it first and 10 at the 31. The Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Finds his way for 3 after the 33. Play this game in the shadow of Big Tex. You can get a corny dog out there, play carnival games, and see one of the great rivalries in the sport, David.
It's crazy. You literally walk outside of the stadium, and there are thousands upon thousands of people. They don't even realize a football game's going on, Jesse. They're just having a good time.
You're right. It's part of what makes this game so special. The Red River rivalry, there's just so much fanfare. There's so much tradition. And remember, with bragging rights on the line, this thing just means more.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate in his pass.
And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. And the Longhorns line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. He's got it. He's got great speed. This guy is a daring punt return, man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again. Create some momentum. Just get a few first downs and I'm in scoring position.
Now on second down. To the air, it's Ware. Finds his target down the middle. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag.
Hold it.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Now on second down. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. This time they were able to keep him in check and stop him short of that first down. You can't help but think back to last year, Jesse, when Oklahoma figured out a way to win that close game.
And Reese, Texas has been reminded every day this past year about losing that game close, too. So you knew, David, coming out in this one, they were going to be amped up and ready to roll.
And you know the juices are flowing early in the game. Like, this is not a friendly rivalry. OU doesn't like Texas. Texas doesn't like OU.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Here on third down. He's looking downfield to throw. Lofts one high and deep. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. The Sooners decide to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And they'll just down it right there.
That's a great job downing the football, setting your defense up, great field position. A lot of times you let that thing bounce one too many times and it climbs in the end zone, but that was a good job of making sure you downed it and set your D up.
He's got his man. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Now from their own 20-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. The freshman able to get home with the sack. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe. And how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's 3rd down from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. He makes a catch. Touchdown, Texas! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy shows you right there a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
Inside a half minute to play. Would they dare go for a score here? Pass on the way. It's picked off. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half. Line gets set. 1st down. He's looking to throw it. He makes the grab. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that end route.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. And that one's too high, out of bounds, incomplete.
And as an offense, you want to stay aggressive. You want to keep calling these downfield shots. I know you didn't complete that one, but you want to send a clear message. You're trying to take the top off this defense. You keep calling downfield shots, you soften up the coverage, you get those safeties playing deep. That's going to open up your running game later on.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. And it's going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs.
I love when defenses are smart enough to swat the ball down. Don't go for the pick, especially on 4th down. They knock it down. You get the ball anyways. Nice job by the defense.
Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. They're trying to get to it. On the run, still looking. On the move at the 30. Oh, and after the big gain, the ball's loose. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Sooners will kick it off to start the 2nd half. He'll bring it out. It's Otis. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Paul? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
In the gun, looking to throw on third down. Finds a man on the left. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
The give to the running back from the shotgun.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
They'll leave it with him. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I...
Can anyone catch him? Touchdown, Longhorns! And that one will put him up. On to attempt the try.
I love this tight end because, man, he's a weapon in the passing game. Big guy, big target, and he has a lot of ability after the catch. You saw it on that touchdown.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the move from inside his 5. And he is brought down, but there is a penalty marker on the field.
Return team.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The offense lining up for a first down play. They'll try the run. He'll bounce his way ahead for a pickup of 4 out to the 14.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Well, that is one the tight end is going to want to have back. He was wide open on that play. That's one he's got to make. He's got to be able to make that catch.
And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover. And this, my friend, is what you call advantageous field position. Starting the drive with a 1st and goal. Wants to go up top. And he got a hand in there. Knocks it away. Incomplete.
And that's just a huge missed opportunity on offense. QB missed his guy wide open in the end zone. You might not get another clean look like that in the rest of this game.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. He's got it and still on his feet. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. Knowing that your man can make the catch against his defender, that wasn't a big play, but it can set you up down the line to be able to take advantage.
Yes, get it to him as fast as I can. When I see him open, he runs the little hitch, get it to him so he can make a little bit of yards after the catch, and eventually that little gain, he's going to bust one of those with his athletic ability.
The penalty on the defense, but they don't really give up much ground. There's not much to lose this close to the end zone. And the defense in to lend a helping hand with that penalty and making this 3rd and goal a little closer to the end zone. They're going to run it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas! Now they've got a little breathing room. They out in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Going up top on first down. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. Clock ticks across the 4-minute mark here in the third. Looking to throw, it's Ware. Trying to get to it. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And giving up 3 sacks a week ago. Now you've already given up 4 sacks. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback. Give him a little bit more time.
On second down, he'll fire. Finds his big tight end. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. What that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. A little release to the back. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. He just didn't have a chance to get loose and make his way to that first down marker.
And I think fans get upset sometimes. Like, run your route past the sticks so we get the first down. But nice job by the defense understanding where the sticks were and forcing the fourth down.
The decision to go for it does not pan out. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Comes out throwing on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Otis. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it first and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He makes the catch at the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorn! No midseason concentration lapse here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
And what a nice play call and nice execution. Play action, you're thinking run. Quarterback pulls it out, throws the football right behind those guys, and gets the touchdown.
Yeah, it was a nice job there by the quarterback, too, on the ball handling. He just froze the defense just long enough to help those wide receivers and targets get some separation in the end zone, and at that point, it was just an easy picture.
He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. The Sooners moving quickly to the line. Trying to find his man on first down. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Some defensive players just like, I've played with guys throughout the course of my career that you can't coach it. It's not speed, it's not strength, it's literally, I know when to break on the football, how to go get it, and how to pull it in. It's just a knack.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
The play action fake. He lobs one high down the left side. And the ball is picked off. Trying to take it back. The 40. He's at the 30. He's sprinting all the way. He'll take it to the house, but there is a flag on the field. What a huge call there. They had the turnover. Instead, the roughing the passer call takes it all away. Just couldn't stay off the quarterback, and that roughing the passer call has them set up with a 1st and 10. Pulls it and fires to the left. Touchdown, Texas! This dude is lighting it up for the Horns, and some old-school Horn fans starting to think about that 500-yard, 4-touchdown day Vince Young had against Oklahoma State.
Bringing back great memories, and there's been some good runs at quarterback. You think about Colt McCoy, too, man. He put up some serious numbers, some serious wins. Can this be the next guy to catapult this offense, to bring Texas back to prominence?
Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
To the air, it's Ware. Finds a man in the middle. And they'll move the chains with the first down. That might be it for the third quarter. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. First down to start the drive after the break. He's going to pass. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late with them.
Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Heading to the end zone. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal. The Sooners come to the line in the hurry up. Trying to pound their way in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Sooners! And the extra point is good. They still trail 35-14. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Bringing it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call.
Hold it. Open.
This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. Not much of a decision to make there, as the defense will move them back. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, back up inside their 20. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. The Longhorns will line up to punt it away. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Slips through the line. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense.
Return team.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Looking to move it through the air. Using his feet to buy time. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on.
Hold it, offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. To the air. It's Ware. Trying to escape and get it himself. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? They'll decline that penalty. Obviously very happy with the results of the play. Line getting set on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. He looks that one in nicely. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. From the gun, wants to pass. Coming after it. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
And how about this defense taking care of business? Keeping that guy under 200 yards is a heck of a day. Their offense has obviously done their job too, and this has been an absolute beatdown.
And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Makes a grab enough for the 1st. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. He wants to throw it. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game.
And he's going to score. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And the extra point is good, but they still trail 35-21. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight.
Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. Quick completion to the right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They'll probably bleed every second possible off this clock before they snap it. On 2nd down, looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Unloads quickly. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. They move the tight end all over. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He wants to throw it again. He's got it on the run. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball so you can't get hands on him, and they've really featured this guy today.
Quarterback on the keeper. Touchdown, Longhorns! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. The kickoff unit about to go to work. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. The Sooner offense returns to the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we just ran the details to the right route and hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You've got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about.
They'll throw it on first down. He's got it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Sooner.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. We need your kicker to go there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football.
And he's going to bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Texas offense. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes if you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring. I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop it.
The defense calls the timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together. And it looks as if the offense will just take a knee. Second down coming up. The give from the gun. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee. This game always brings out the best in both teams, but today, Jesse, Texas' best was a little better.
And this is a win for them that's going to help their recruiting.
Virginia, home to a team that brings this lunch pail each and every game, the Virginia Tech Hokies. We're really looking forward to this matchup. You've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on a team from the ACC, the Virginia Tech Hokies. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Sooners will kick it away to start us off. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So Virginia Tech's offense takes the field. And this guy is a big-time star. Just an electricity follows him onto the field.
He's a workhorse, too, Reese. This is a definition of a bell cow running back. He can carry the load for his offense and put his football team on his back.
Complete to the left. And they'll spot him at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
Really nice looking pass there. I'll tell you, they ask you to do a lot at Virginia Tech when you're the quarterback. You're expected to make plays with your feet because of some of the grades that have come before you, but you've also got to be able to hurt defenses throwing it as well. The entire playbook is open and at your disposal, and this guy right now, he's showing you with his arm talent, he can carve up this defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Motion from the offense. Touch pass on the run. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Holding, offense.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. Quick strike complete. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down. And the Hokies will snap it on 1st and 10. Give to the running back. At the 40, there he goes. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. The Hokies will hustle to the line.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator where they're running the football. You can see they ran it to the right. Do they like this matchup? Is the right side of their offensive line really good? I'm going to be paying attention to that because that's a big game. I got to make sure I shut this down the next time they run.
There's always that issue of conference pride, keeping up, of proving your worth on this stage, and the ACC loves to get a chance at the SEC to do just that.
And these kids grow up in the same area. And you don't think the ACC teams hear all the time, SEC, about the dominance, the draft picks, all the stuff that goes with it. It definitely adds some of that fire. It makes you want to beat them more. I love these big-time games.
Yeah, they really do, David. And I think this is one of those games where if you're the ACC team and your players in that locker room, you've had this game circled all off-season. This game is your opportunity to prove, not just to your conference, not just to the SEC, but to everybody in college football, just how good you are as a team and how good your conference is.
This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on 4th down. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
From the shotgun, the inside give. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
Trying to punch it in. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. And the Hokies have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Leaves it with the back. Works his way down to the 10-yard line after a pickup of 3. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Gets it out quickly. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. It's still 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it go to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there. They'll send out the kicker here. He'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. Good, right down the boulevard. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He only needs a sliver of daylight. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. So the Oklahoma Sooners offense will get the ball for the first time. And these two electrifying runners can put on a show, guys.
We always talk about the importance of tackling on defense, never more so than it came like this. When you've got 2 studs in the backfield that can make people look silly, you better bring hats to the football.
Yeah, and you think there'll be a lot of carries today? When you got running backs like this that you can feature, you're going to see them get the football a lot, early and often.
It's complete to the right. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down mark.
The defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense.
And that's a 1st down for the offense.
The pull and throw off the RPO.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So nice job by the offensive coordinator giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can complete.
That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
Gets it out fast. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the 1st quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Virginia Tech is on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. 2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. To throw, it's Ware. Quickly complete. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
He's got it on the move. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the 2nd level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
Virginia Tech, 3.
And here's the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
The Hokies will try to pin them back with the punt. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He gets a block. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Paul.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Pressure coming. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
And this is what the offense knows they cannot do. They can't allow sacks. In their last game, they were sacked 5 times. Obviously lost that football game. Early in this one, they're having issues again, keeping their quarterback standing up straight.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Now facing a 3rd and long. Back to pass. It's Ware. Using the quick game. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. The Sooners are moving quickly down the field. They'll throw it on 1st down. Unleashes one deep. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Hey, listen, the quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trust in your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically and make a play for you. It won't surprise me to see this QB take more shots as this game goes on.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
He makes the connection. Makes the grab. Defense right there, and they are set up at the 14. The Sooners getting set on 1st and 10. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Sooners. And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. That drive covered 62 yards for the touchdown. And they finished it off with a 14-yard run for the score.
Virginia Tech, 3.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And the returner will be knocked down. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play big and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Fires and picked off. Takes it the other way. He's at the 20. And he's out of bounds at the 1-yard line, a mere 3 feet from a pick 6. And the Sooners have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Oklahoma! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
And the offense continues to run the football. The 2nd rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
On the run from inside his own 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires on the move. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. First down here for the offense. Takes a snap, wants to throw. And he's going to go down at the 1.
Well, the defense is smelling blood in the water with this offense so backed up. They're able to get to him for a sack, and I give the quarterback credit because I thought he was about to take a safety. Somehow he was able to stay out of the end zone.
A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. From the gun, the running back looking for room. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Rides to the back. Gets the job done on third down as he gets it to the 25 before he's brought down. And the Hokies headed quickly to the line. To the air on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Shamanik. And he laid the lumber to stop it from getting the first down. He's looking for an open man on second down. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
And I tell you what, I know it's little when these QBs miss and the ball's not right to them, but man, it makes such a difference with yards after the catch, and in this case, even catching the football. It was just a little bit off, and it just made it a little bit difficult for his wide receiver to try to make the catch.
The Hokies send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes a nice grab at the 25. Makes a move. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks. Made a couple of moves and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. Makes the grab down the middle. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. They'll line up for a second down play. He's got his man. The Sooners get enough to move the chains. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Going for the big play. He's got it. Into the end zone. Touchdown Sooners. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point gives them a 28-3 lead. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. Looks like he's going to try to return it. And he coughs it up inside the 20. It's recovered by the kicking team, and they'll steal a possession. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. The Sooners will snap it on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Dropping back, it's Ware. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play, moves the chains for the first down. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Hokies will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room.
He'll off one deep down the left side. And the pass hits, picked off. He'll try to take it back. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on. And there's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. They'll decline. The result of the play stands. A first down for the offense. Leaves it with the back. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense set on first down. From the gun, the running back has it. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
I think tackling is about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big back. You got to get that guy on the ground. You can't let him pick up an extra couple yards and stay ahead of the sticks.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got room at the 35. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Snares it outside. It's Garrison. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
And then man coverage, when they get up in your face, they make things hard. You want to be able to attack the whole field and get them leaning one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out route connection.
Touchdown, Virginia Tech! What a grab and go for the score.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation and timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and do the right one.
So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
And that one's incomplete.
Great job by the defense taking away the quarterback's primary target on that play and forcing the incompletion.
They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Looking to throw, it's Ware. Got his man quickly. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. And the Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. He'll just keep slinging it. Makes the grab on the left. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get two bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
Quick strike complete. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch.
And in this offense, you know, as a quarterback, you're going to get opportunities to put up some pretty big numbers. You've been impressed watching this guy play early this year. With that last pass completion, he's now already over 2,000 yards on the season.
You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
The back goes in motion. He's going to pass on 2nd down. Got his man down the middle. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Finds the tight end. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. He'll do it himself. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Looking to throw, it's Ware. Fires to the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. It is perfect. And now the lead is even bigger. We reach the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. The returner will field it and try to do some business. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. He's got him down the middle. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Fires to the right. Got his man. And more yards after contact. Oh, look out. Touchdown, Hokies. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Nice pitch, nice catch, and listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to, and this offense is struggling. They're down by 1,000, but I like that they continue to fight.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. That last drive was a long one, Jesse. They'd like this time to pay it off with a touchdown instead of a field goal.
No doubt, Reese. They had a lot of good stuff going that last drive. You need to get a tutty up on the board here to extend that lead, David.
And I think you definitely want a touchdown, but if you put another long drive together, get points, multiple possessions in a row, start to let those body blows add up and wear this defense out.
Buying some time. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Touchdown Sooner! And the pummeling has started. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W.
Salt into wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
He'll bring it back looking for help. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Line gets set, first down. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Makes his connection. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. They say success rate can be picking up about 4 or so on first down, 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Gets it out quickly. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
Throws to the wideout. Snagged in the middle. It's Garrison. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia Tech.
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right now.
The deficit is huge. This one is all but over. They'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. They'll run it from the gun. Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. He'll try the left side. And the runner is down, and so is a flag.
Holding. Offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Offense gets set for 2nd down. He's got it on the right. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Holding. Offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Now on 2nd down. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. He's got him in the flat. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Holding. Offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Line getting set on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Ware. Fires to the tight end. And he's down after the short completion. He did not make it to the 1st down marker. This is a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
That's why, as a defense, it's so important to win early downs. You win 1st and 2nd down, you set up 3rd and long. Now you can pin your ears back and get after the QB.
First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him...
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Here comes the offense on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Makes a connection. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. He'll come out throwing on first down. They're working that left side. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
When you play zone coverage, you got a wide receiver that's a beast. It becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. He finds his man. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And that ball is intercepted at the goal line. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. Here comes the offense on first down. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
Now the play fake. Getting some heat. Now rolling to the left. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. The Sooners will have it 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Dances away from the heat. He'll get rid of it. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Escapes trouble. Skips away from pressure. And the quarterback bought a little time, but actually bought a lot of time, but not enough time. The defense gets to him. We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt like they had a real good game plan offensively and defensively coming into this one, David. There were some matchups on the field they thought they could exploit. We saw that happen.
No doubt. Good job by this coaching staff, understanding who's out there to make plays, feeding them the football, offense, defense, special teams, all working together to get it done.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation. Welcome to Lexington, where the sun shines bright literally and figuratively on their old Kentucky home, and the Big Blue Nation ready to get behind these Wildcats in this one. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners. The Sooners will kick it away to start us off. He'll return it. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. So Kentucky's offense is on the field for the first time today. When this guy comes onto the field, David, he seems to bring the it factor with him.
So much fun as a play caller to have a guy you depend on, you trust. You know, Palmer, you're going to get the best out of this young man.
He's also one of those guys, David, who just elevates everybody else around him, right? All 10 guys in that huddle offensively just seem to play better, knowing they've got confidence in this guy.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
He's right on target. He's brought down solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were enough.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He'll field the punt. He's got great speed. He's going to get loose. He just about took that one to the house. They finally bring him down, but when you have a return like that, it pretty much eats up everything gained by the punt. The Sooners offense has the ball for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football.
Got it back on 2nd and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football. But when you got a back like this...
Touchdown, Oklahoma! And they score first. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
Slips through the line. He's on the loose. And there he goes. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Kentucky. He just took it the entire length of the field, end-to-end, coast-to-coast, nationwide for the touchdown.
And how about the fans in the stands going, no, take a knee, no, yes. Over 100 yards to the kickoff return. Nice job taking that to the end zone, making a huge play.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
This offense has a 2nd down play. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And they can't make the connection.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Shoots it to the left. What a snag by the defense. Got room on the return. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover one. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, and everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play for this defense.
The carry goes to a wide receiver.
And here comes the offense on second down. They'll go to the ground. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Holding, offense.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. Kentucky will be forced to punt. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. The Sooner offense returns to the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page calmly.
Got a lot of running room. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. You look to be backed up, and then suddenly you're not. Big play has him across the 50, and they'll have it 1st and 10. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
I'll be honest, that is a formation and a play call I was never expecting to see in this game. This offense is one of the top 10 passing units in the entire country. I'm surprised they even have goal line in their playbook. What are we doing?
And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. He's got his man. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down. And the Sooners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Trying to cap this drive with a pass. It looked like a catch, but they'll say he was out of bounds.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. And it's right down the boulevard. And with that, they've taken the lead. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. And he's coming out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Unleashes one. It's caught. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. They go to the ground. He'll push his way out to the 38, pickup of 3.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
He's got it. They make the stop, and that'll bring the first quarter to a close. We reach the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. He'll keep it himself. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you've got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field, and it's a play like that that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
This Kentucky offense really moving the ball quickly. From the gun, running back gets to give. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
He's looking for a man on second down. Setting up the screen. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Zings it complete to the right. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. Offense about to reel off its 7th play of the drive. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Floats it out in space. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. And this offense has gotten off to a good start on third down, but this is a different deal on third and long. Looking to throw. Feeling some heat. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. Third and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, and everybody won. They get the incompletion now, setting up fourth.
Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take it. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
Those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run it right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on third and long. Fires one high and deep. Brings it down on the right side. Oh, look out. There he goes. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Sooners!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback and wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, David.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like,
and that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
This quarterback has to know he's got to get rid of the football quickly. This defense has already shown on film that they'll rush this outside linebacker off the edge and make the count 5 on their pass rush, but with his speed and his flexibility, he's too much for a lot of these offensive linemen to handle.
Finishes the run with the slide. Kentucky sent out the punting unit. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. Got his man on the right. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a man. It's Ware. Unloads it left. He's got it. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. They've extended the lead and taken control here in week 9. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17.
and this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance.
Gets away from one, finds room. Off he goes. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. Pocket starts to collapse. Just finds that little crevice, and he's still up. And he slides after picking up the first down, but there is a penalty flag. Let's see who it's against. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The offense set for a first down play. From the gun, looking for a man. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
You got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment, and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
He'll pull it down and run. There's a timeout call as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Kentucky will be forced to punt. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David, it's sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Back to throw, it's Ware. Fires to the wideout. It's complete. All kinds of running room. Touchdown Sooners. And they take it in for 6 more points. And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Let's see what he can do with the return. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. From the gun, the ground game. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Kentucky teeing it up and ready to go here in the second half. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Just a little off. Incomplete. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And the pass is intercepted. Touchdown, Wildcats. Defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Really nice job threading the needle on that pass. They've got a lot of dudes that were able to do that in Norman, Oklahoma. Josh Heupel, Jason White, Sam Bradford, Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts. The names go on and on and on. Hurting you in the passing game with their vision, with their accuracy. This guy, I tell you, he fits right in this Oklahoma offense.
That last completion sets him up on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Ware. Now he's going to break the pocket. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. 2nd down coming up. He's looking to throw. Lost one deep down the right side. It's complete. A huge pickup. That is exactly what you want to do with the football. He's got it all the way down to the 15-yard line. They're going to run it. Not a lot of daylight there. Let's give him 1 to the 14. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
The great thing about running a bootleg is it gets the quarterback outside the pocket right now. It allows him to use his athleticism. You got to drop back. You got to use your eyes. You got to play the pass first, and then all of a sudden he takes off and chews up yards so quickly.
On 2nd and goal, he gets another chance. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Trying to slam in. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And the beatdown has ensued.
And I love love the physicality of this offense. It's 3rd and goal. It's money time. I've got to be more physical than you. And that's exactly what this offense just did. Put the ball on the ground and put it in the end zone.
13.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. It's complete on the right side. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. And they'll come to the line with less than a yard to go. Pulls and throws off the RPO. Dragged down at the 30 after a 5-yard gain. Now on 1st down from the 30. Running back searching for a hole.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football, create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd down. It's a draw. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
Draws are such a smart way to take advantage of fast defensive linemen. They want to get upfield and get after the quarterback. It keeps them honest, makes them realize they got to play the run too. Great play call.
He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. Here comes Kentucky after picking up that 1st down. Quick pass on the jet motion. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Stuck with a running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Finds his big tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the 1st.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Got it past the marker. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense, not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. We reach the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Hand off from the shotgun. Headed to the end zone. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. 1st and goal. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Trying to barge in. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. Pushes for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wildcats! Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. Power football with the run. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down.
Hold it. Offense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. On first down, here comes this offense. Back to throw, it's Ware. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
This quarterback obviously did a lot of film prep coming into this one. He has been picking this defense apart. With that last completion, guys, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
I think they called that knowing they weren't going to hit a home run. So why would you call it that? Well, you call it so third down becomes an easier down. It's not third and long where I have to pass the football. Now all options on the table.
And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field.
Illegal flag. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Got a man. On the move at the 30. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Give to the back. And he's brought down after a nice game.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Hold it. Offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the downs. The Sooners are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw. It's Ware. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. And that's why the ball falls in.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. The Sooners will bring the punt team onto the field. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. Oh, and he's able to get back on top of it and avert the turnover.
These specialists and these return specialists, they got speed for days. But you better hang on to the football. I know you want to make big plays, those splash plays that can change games, but you better secure the football first.
It's on target and complete. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
You know, at this point in the game, guys, trailing the way they are late in the game, check down throws are not going to get it done. You've got to be more aggressive in the passing game. You're going to have to just start taking shots.
Here they come, trying to convert a third and short from the 28. Looking to throw for it. He lost one down the sideline and is knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Finds his man, they convert. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. And the Wildcats are in the hurry up. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs it. And the freshman will chalk up a sack. They'll snap it from the 25 here on second and long. He's looking to throw. He's moving out of the pocket. At the 35, he's got room. Good, solid tackle. Come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Might be looking to run. They'll mark him down right there, but it'll be enough for a Kentucky first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
You can tell this is a pass. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you got a guy like this that can scramble and go get you a first down? Just really hard to stop from a defensive perspective.
You know, it's hard enough just to catch passes in college football, but to do it while also being cognizant of where you are in the field and making sure you get a foot down inbounds, that's really impressive.
Looking to pass on 2nd down. Gets it out fast. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. Great job by this quarterback to beat the blitz, and then the running back made it to the sticks.
Yeah, awesome job. You see.
Makes the catch and a huge play on the left side. Run out of bounds after the long game, and they've got it now 1st and goal. After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5. Touchdown, Kentucky! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Going up top on 1st down. They get to him as he throws. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air. It's Ware. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Touchdown Sooners! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Kentucky, 27.
And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. And the returner goes down. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. The deficit is large, hope is fainting, but they'll try to finish strong.
Made a lot of mistakes in this game, and that's why it looks like they're going to take the L. Lots of things to improve on, lots of things to coach upon, and at this point, I think if you're a head coach, David, you're just trying to see which of your guys aren't quitting late in the game.
Yeah, which is a real thing, by the way. Who's going to compete to the final whistle? What do we talk about all the time? Coaches are always preaching to these guys. Don't worry about the scoreboard. Just compete as hard as you can. So, good opportunity to try to finish this game with something positive.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the 4th quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
It's caught downfield. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. The aerial assault continues. A strike downfield. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. He's looking to throw it. He's got an open man. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. Comes out throwing on 1st down. He's got it and still on his feet. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Brings up 2nd down.
On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. They're bringing heat. And the defense makes a play. Sack attacking him back at the 10. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Kentucky. And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
And a nice touchdown. Continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The drive continues after that fumble scare sent the offensive coordinator's blood pressure into orbit. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. This is a 3rd and long. Looking to pass. It's Ware. He hurls one deep down the left side. Hits him in stride at the 10. Timeout is called. The clock stopped with 26 seconds left.
Great throw, great catch. I know you smelt the pylon. You wanted to get in the end zone, but now you got 1st and goal set up in a great position to...
Touchdown, Oklahoma! A great catch and run for 6. They push out that lead a bit and draw much closer to a win here in Week 9.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile in.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, just to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little bit.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
He gets a block. Takes it into the end zone for the touchdown on the final play. The denouement. The epilogue. The finishing touch. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Plenty of fireworks in this one. A lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
It's amazing how much offense has just boomed in college football. So good. So many ways to hurt you, and you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So much speed, so much firepower on both of these offenses. And, man, we saw that here today.
That's going to